Welcome to Some Say I'm Gifted, where we teach you the magic of walking in your spiritual gifts and how it can help you navigate this crazy life, and helping you understand that even though we're in this world, we are not of it. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's get real.
Hey y'all, this is Tess from Some Say I'm Gifted. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here with two of the mostest, hostess, mostest ladies, Morgan and Danielle.
Hola, everyone.
That's Danielle.
Hey guys, it's Morgan.
There you go. Anyways, we are just so glad you guys are here with us today. I have a question for y'all. Ready?
Okay.
Are you a melon person? And if so, what's your favorite melon?
We got a lot of melons in here.
I'm talking about melons that grow outside on a vine.
Could have caught me outside on a vine.
Oh my God.
Different melon.
Trying to climb a tree or a boy. Sorry.
Sorry. Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe, for real? What about you?
I would agree, actually. I love some cantaloupe.
I didn't used to like cantaloupe. I used probably 5 years ago. I would have said watermelon, but now cantaloupe is superior.
That is not true at all. I like all melons, but watermelon's my favorite.
Watermelon.
Have you ever had a yellow watermelon?
No.
You know what it's time for?
What?
Shout outs!
Ooh.
I'm so excited for this. So, shout outs happen when what, Morgan?
When you engage with us on our social media, we have specific posts that say if you engage with it, leave a comment. You know, we usually ask a funny question, and if you just drop a comment on it, you will be shouted out on the podcast.
I'm so excited. So, Morgan and Danielle both have their shout out person.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to shout out Patty Bath. Thank you.
It's Patty Bath. We love her.
Yes. We have the same love of the coast, which I know we all here have too, but she's awesome. Thank you, Patty, for commenting on our posts.
And participating. You, Morgan, who you got?
I got Tiffany Collins.
Oh my gosh.
I love Tiffany. I
do
haven't seen
too.
her in forever. I miss her.
You know what's really weird? Her son
Adorable.
just like Danielle's husband.
Yes, he does.
Yes. A little
I'm
bitty.
hoping this isn't a Bill Burr, Billy Corgan situation, but
We'd have so much more to talk about.
yeah, I think that he was quite young when he was born. But nevertheless,
Yes.
okay.
But we love that you guys have commented and participated with us on social media. And if you would like a chance to be shouted out on this podcast, please engage with us on our social media platforms. We're active on Facebook, Instagram. Tess is active on X, but she's completely off the rails there. So
It's just
careful.
because of the name of its ex, I feel like it should be naughty.
Hey, it's your baby to deal with.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I want to do a little fun exercise with everybody today. And you guys don't know what I'm going to do. So I want everybody to take a moment, breathe in.
Relax your shoulders.
Yeah, breathe out. Close your eyes for a second, ladies. I want you all to picture someone that dislikes you. Not somebody you would dislike, but someone that dislikes you. And there's no real reason. You know, like everybody has somebody like that, okay? Do we have them in our brain? Mm-hmm. When you do, open your eyes. And if you're driving, don't close your eyes. Just think about it, okay? So when you have somebody, Morgan.
I'm struggling over here.
My God.
I'm so sorry.
She's way too likable.
Really,
It's not true.
honestly.
I can think of one person immediately.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
A tent stake was involved. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you think about this person. Okay, put them in your brain. Now I want you to think, is there something in their life that you would want?
No.
That's the best answer ever. Morgan laughed.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Okay, so why would they dislike you?
Maybe because we have things that they would want.
They hate us because they ain't us. Okay. So how do we combat that? Okay. First of all, the first thing is if you're a person that gets a lot of hate, right? You get a lot of like people just being bitches to you, like just a lot of it. There's a reason. And does anybody know what that reason is? Anybody? Nobody. We have light and love to give the world, and stuff's trying to stop us, right?
Yeah.
So something's trying to stop us, whether it's the devil, darkness, karmatic energy. We don't believe in karmatic energy. I'm just saying, whatever you believe in, that's what it is, okay? The negative, the positive, okay? So how do we combat that? First of all, I have one person right now in my life who I actually love, but they dislike me as a person. I think they love me. And this is, y'all chime in. Can you like somebody or dislike somebody but love them?
Absolutely. I think you can also love somebody and not like them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have somebody in my life like that right now, and they are trying to troll me, and they are trying to, basically, there's no other word but mind fuck me on a pretty consistent basis because, well, I know that who I am, and I know why I was created, and I know why I'm here, and they are not taking those liberties with themselves. They're not allowing themselves because they've got bogged down with doctrines and theology and right. So I understand that. I hurt for them. I hate them like that. So that's one of the first steps is understanding the differences. Am I making sense, ladies?
I feel it.
Morgan, your grandmother has a great saying, and I'd like for you to say it right now.
Oh, man, I love this saying. So if everybody could put their problems in a fishbowl and then they could choose to take, to walk away with somebody else's, everybody would grab their own because they understand them, they know them, and they're comfortable with their problems. But everybody else's are too much.
Absolutely. I really thought you were going to say keys, but I'm glad you didn't. I'm just playing.
So maybe where she got it.
I'll just take my own husband and keys home. No, I agree. So let's think of their problems. Let's think where they are and what they're doing. And the reason they're doing this is because they're hurt. Mm-hmm. Recently, we had a situation with someone that we all know and love. And we know that it's a very kind-hearted person, loving person. We'll say it's Tori Z. And because I don't know if you all have listened to other podcasts, but we always say so-and-so is Tori. It's a Tori. And then a different letter of the alphabet is the last name. So Tori Z was going through a hard time because somebody had come at her extremely hard. They had lashed out at her, whether it was a religious, moral, ethical, or political beliefs is irrelevant. They had come out at her. But so instead of just addressing that person on a social media platform, they addressed it to like an all call, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew this person. We all knew this, and we knew she was hurting, And that's hard to see. But at the same time, the people that are making her hurt, they would be her in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. So there's a flip side of that. There's a saying, I would never trade place with somebody that dislikes me. But the person that dislikes you would trade places with you in a heartbeat. And that's sad. Because we know our problems, right? Yeah. And we know that it can be more than we can bear sometimes. Why would anybody want to be us? Which goes to the next thing. When I was young, growing up, I had people want to be me on a really weird level. And have you all had this? If you haven't, say so. If you have, let's chime in. Mm-hmm. Okay. I had people that wanted to be me. I had very weird situations in my life. The most favorite one, and this is a horrible story, is I shouldn't talk about this because revenge is God's, okay? But my most favorite one was when I was about 18, I went to an adult learning facility because I just walked across the stage because I was wild, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I got my diploma, still graduated. And I started dating, after I graduated, I started dating my teacher, okay? His name was Jonathan, whatever, okay? That's a whole nother story. But he passed away about 2 years after we started dating. We were still together. We were engaged. Whatever, okay, we'll leave it there. This girl, my mom had a beauty shop, and this girl that used to come in and get her eyebrows waxed all the time. She'd get her eyebrows waxed more than she would get her hair done, which never made sense to me because I would feel like that goes whatever. Okay. She came in. I had ran out to grab something for my mom at the beauty shop. And when I came back, everybody was acting weird. I was like, why is everybody acting weird? And my mom's receptionist said, she's really country, said, well, your mom wasn't going to tell you, but what's your name came in. I said, okay. And she said, well, she's going around telling everybody she used to date Jonathan. And my mom walked out of the room she did hair, and she said, I told you not to say anything, and you ran your mouth. I said, you have to tell me what was said. So they told me the whole story. And the whole story was, I was dating Jonathan. Everybody knows he was engaged to a student. It was me. And Mom said, you know that was my daughter, Tess. Why are you doing this? Mm-hmm. And she said, no, it was me, Kat. And she went on and on and on and on and on. Said she'd been to Bonnaroo with him. It was me. Said that she'd been to Scotland and he stayed home. That was also me. Anyways, this went on and on. My mom said, well, what are you here for? She said, I need to get my eyebrows waxed. Now, listen, that's got to be some balls. Okay, you're going to talk about somebody's daughter, and you're going to let them wax your eyebrows? That girl walked in with some eyebrows. She walked out with nothing.
took her life into her own hands with
Exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Like
honestly.
that was on
that's
you.
a bad. So, did I want to switch places with her? Never in a million years. She was so belittled in her life, or so I don't.
Just
I mean,
unhappy with herself.
that she was willing to take on my personality, and I just lost my fiance. What in the world? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want everybody to think about that for a second. Now, here's the flip side of this. Think about somebody that you dislike.
Ooh.
What is it they have that you want? It changes things, doesn't it?
It does.
Confidence. That's about it. I don't see anything else I like in this person.
Their confidence must be really good because you don't really dislike a lot of people.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I would say their ability to move on from a certain situation without, in my opinion, having put a whole lot of thought into it.
Resilient.
Yes, resiliency.
That's interesting. So, because you two are here and there are people listening, I'm going to pick at y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, here we go.
No,
This
I
is-
want
this
this.
is fun.
So I want you to close your eyes for a second. Sorry, I touched the microphone. Close your eyes for a second. I want you to envision what you think people look at you as. Now, we do a personality test and everything, and y'all know the questions and answers. Maybe one day we'll do that on air. But now, open your eyes. Do you see yourself as a confident, resilient person?
I think I do come across confident.
Extremely. So why would you want somebody else as confident?
I don't know. I think that's just the only thing I could think that I like about that guy that I dislike. He's just really mean.
There's a difference. If somebody's just an asshole, there's a difference. Like, they're just an asshole.
Oh, well, then I can't think of anybody I really dislike.
That's not true. No, that's not true. No, there's people, but all the people you dislike is not for just, like, I mean, I will say I've walked in a room and there's people their energy, I can't want to like them.
Yeah.
But I still try. It usually proves me right, my gut instinct, but I try. And I don't think we should ever stop trying.
Yeah.
But do you see yourself as a resilient person?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I would think other people see me as that.
Okay. Can I tell you my opinion?
Absolutely.
So, degree-wise, marine biologist. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was not an easy field to get into.
Correct.
You have to know somebody who knows somebody that slept with somebody to get in, right? Okay.
Pretty much. Or you got to work for 15 plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Avenue B, let's talk about it like this avenue. Like, Avenue A closed down. How are we going to get from here to there?
Right.
You created another road, didn't you? That's resilience.
Yeah.
You got over it. You spent a lot of time, a lot of money going to school, right?
Yeah.
But you moved on.
Found another path. Found
Exactly.
another way that was going to work for
Exactly.
me. Figured it out. You know.
So you were resilient.
Yeah. That's true. No, you're right. I think it's just in thinking about it at first, I'm like, I don't know if other people see me as that, but if I think about all the things that I've accomplished, then yeah.
If there's one thing I hope a lot of people, other than that God is love and that love isn't so important, that's like the number one thing. I feel like Steve Martin on the Christmas list. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but if there's another thing I can get out is, what does it matter what they think? What does it matter? If somebody dislikes you, it's because they see you on a pedestal and see you as this glowy thing, okay? And they want to be you. Okay, that's it. That's why they dislike you. If you dislike somebody, why do you dislike them? Is it because the energy about them are they mean? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Do you dislike them? Now I want to know who it is.
You don't know them.
I still want to know who it is. It doesn't matter.
We'll look them up.
Yeah, we'll stalk. She can do like background checks. Anyways,
It's true.
is it because you see something in them that you want, that you desire, or their spouse is something you want, their home is something? It's really bizarre because a lot of people are like, I don't care what people think. Well, you don't, but you do. Mm-hmm. You might not care what they think, but you care what they have
Right.
or who they are. So we would like for you all to let us know if this affects you, or if if this is something that, I got you. If this is something that you deal with. And truthfully, there are people in my life that I've disliked because they were perfectly fit. And I know that sounds really shallow, but when you, like, I've struggled with weight my whole life.
Yes, and I can chime in on this as far as like if your initial instincts when you see a beautiful blue-eyed blonde fit girl and she comes up to you, you want to hate her.
Yeah, a little bit, but then like as the older I've gotten, I've realized that the majority of people that are that way are because they have the opposite end of the eating disorder that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most people, especially when like from 28 on, if they thin, it's because they work on it.
Yeah.
Or they have a hormonal imbalance. So it's not just because they're that way.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier,
Unless you're my sister-in-law. And let me just tell you something, Kima. I will continue to bring candy to your house and junk food. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. I was going to say, I mean, I think if you look at it though, the initial reaction is, wow, they have an amazing body. Like she must got everything going for her. But deep down you have, I guarantee you there's something she's struggling with.
Oh, yeah.
That you wouldn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we start looking at it like that, the less we're going to have these thoughts of, I want what these other people have.
Well, I've been extremely thin and very fit. And like, you know, I know this is hard to believe, but I did like beauty pageants and crap and was a cheerleader and stuff like, but the issue is it doesn't matter what size you are if you're not confident.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't love you, it don't matter.
Right.
And I do think one of the reasons why Morgan has a hard time, I'm not saying you, but
Yeah.
Morgan's like really, I can see her straight. I had to say something that we don't even talk to her, talk about anymore that we know dislikes it. Not just because everybody loves Morgan, because I know it's Morgan. Okay. But
Honestly, I get along with most everybody.
yeah, she does. She can like, you know, calm down a nuclear environment of personalities, but nevertheless.
Absolutely.
Except with that one person, because I was about to make it worse.
Yes.
Coming in with that tent steak. Like,
It wasn't a tent stake. It was a
Tent pole.
pole.
oh, that's
But
much
it was
better.
like not for a tent. It was for like a pop-up tent.
Oh.
That had, and the pole had broke off, so it was jagged. That's what she was.
And you know,
lot
the
of
issue
damage.
was I was defending somebody.
My husband.
Okay.
She was defending my husband.
See, the context helps.
Yes.
Because you could call my husband all kinds of names and he'd look at you and go, okay. He has a confidence and an arrogance about him that I'm like, how did that not faze you? I just act like I don't hear him. You know, like so anyways, Morgan has loved herself. And I don't mean like she loves herself, but I mean, she loves herself. And I know for me, growing up, until I loved myself, it wasn't. Once I really started loving me, my body, I never worry. After that, I didn't worry about weight unless it was a health thing. Mm-hmm. I would have men come up to me like, you are so attractive. You are so sexy because you're comfortable in your own skin. Mm-hmm. And I think you get that now, right? Like once you get to that point, you don't really like.
The thoughts of others don't
affect you.
That's true. I think once you find that peace within yourself that like, hey, I do take the time to work on me and I'm happy with where I'm at in life. Like all these things that I said I was going to do, I've accomplished. So I'm good with where I'm at. Yeah. You don't look at other people like, well, they're living such a better life than I am.
I don't think my sister-in-law is living a better life. She's just real thin. She's beautiful. I've seen her. She need anything.
But you don't envy that.
I love you, Kima, very much.
You should hear the things she says about you behind your back, though.
No, I really do love you.
Joking.
You're my favorite sister-in-law.
Isn't she your only sister?
That's none of your damn business, Danielle. Gotcha. She is. She's my favorite. Like, listen, me and Kima, I think that my brother and my husband are worried if we are alone together too long because we can start coming up with plans for other things that we have to deal with in our entire family. We're very like-minded in things.
So he's like, yeah, you're going to come over today when I'm not there? Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I want to circle back to the confidence thing that, like we've told you, audience, that we are all very confident. It is something we do work on every day.
Mm-hmm. Struggle. We struggle with
it. Yes, we still struggle with it. We are confident. We do love ourselves, but it's not like something you achieve and, okay, I achieved it. You have to work on it every day. So if you are struggling with your confidence, it's something you're going to walk through and get better at and progress in and keep making steps towards. It's not just a Band-Aid that you put on and the wound heals. Like, you just keep going with it.
Yeah, and I see like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. It's hard.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm so glad, like my generation, I'm so glad we didn't have that growing up. Dude, I don't know what you're looking at now, but it's hard now.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the hardest things for me right now is I had bariatric surgery and I'm working, and I'm stuck at a plateau. And it's like, I'm still doing all these. I'm not stopping, but like I'm seeing results in inches, not pounds. So it's,
And I keep telling her she's exchanging fat for muscle.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
show on the
understand
scale.
that, but you know, when you've had a surgery, a life-changing surgery, you get to a point where you're like, I'm trying everything and nothing's working. Donuts,
no
hot dogs,
no,
you know, but
no hot dogs.
I think that's where it's really important to have a good support system.
Yeah.
To keep you in check and remind you when
And-
you start slipping back into that, well, maybe I'm not doing good enough, or maybe I need to be doing more. Like, hey, look at how far you've come, and don't lose sight of what you've already gotten to. You know, you know that you're capable of doing this.
Yeah.
You know that you've gotten so far. So just having some people in your life to keep you in check is really important.
And if you don't have that, please reach out to us.
Yeah.
We are happy to be that for you. Like,
yes,
we will.
And if
be
you
go
struggle
girl.
with confidence or thinking resilience, or this episode hit you hard, because I'm telling you, if I would have heard this when I was in my 20s, I'd been like, man, I don't like a lot of people.
I bet you could find common things about those people.
Oh, I mean, just sitting here now, thinking like retrospect. Yeah, heck yeah. So, I mean, I am a counselor. Come to me, talk. Let's work this out, because it can be damning to you as a person. Because it's a pattern. Okay, like let's say I don't like Morgan because she's confident. I don't like Danielle because she's resilient. I don't like Tori A, B, C, D because they're this, that, and the other, right? It becomes a rolling rock pattern where you're going, oh gosh, oh my. You know what I mean? Like, why am I not them? Why don't I have this?
It's consuming your thoughts.
Exactly. I will tell this and I'll quit telling weird stories. When I was in high school, my freshman year, I wasn't as thin as I got in high school. You know what I mean? Like, I was still a little thick. I've always been thick. I've never been super skinny, but I had like a little bit of a
cute tummy?
Yes.
Yeah. I love
It
a
was
cute tummy.
really small. Okay. Looking back now, I'm like, and when I was 16, I got my belly button pierced at a biker rally in a tent by a guy named Merlin. That's another story. Okay. But
Can we
owned
play Two Truths and a Lie with you someday? I think
we should.
I think
That would be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. So,
they're all true.
We would lose, but
Yes.
Yeah. So, my mom also owned a photography business at the time, and she used me as prop for photography. And she did this picture of me standing, and I had an American flag tied around my waist, right, with a leather vest on, nothing underneath it, and a cowboy hat going down like this.
Oh, wow.
And one of my friends knew I was doing the photography shoot, and she said, "Tess, bring your pictures to school." I must have been 15, not 16. Anyway, so I brought them to school, and I was showing. I remember we were sitting in gym class, and somebody sitting beside her goes, "Whose picture is that?" And they said, "Let me see him." You know, it's just like telephone game. It goes to the next. So I'm like, where the fuck are my pictures going? I'm freaking out because I'm like half naked in these pictures, right? And this is before like nudes and all that. And this girl who was built really well, she brought him back to me and handed him like stuff in my face. And I was like, what the hell is her problem? She goes, "Here." I said, "Thanks." She goes, "Who did these?" I said, "My mom. She's a photographer." She said, "Does she take appointments?" I said, "Yeah." And she got the information. I was like, "That's there." And she walked away, and she came back a few minutes later. She said, "I'm sorry. I know I came across rude, but you don't know what I would give to be built like you."
Oh, wow.
oh my god.
And this person, I mean, she was like probably a size 2.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And she's like, "You're so beautiful. You have curves. You have boobs. You have a butt. You have a softness. I'm so rigid." And I just remember being like, am I on acid? Somebody has given me acid and I didn't know it. Like, there's acid. Like, I'm hallucinating. Yeah, because this girl was like super, the blonde head, blue eyed.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just standing there, and because of that, we became friends. And she had horrible self-esteem issues. And I remember being like, why? You know, that's hard. When you're overweight, you're like, why? And when somebody's not overweight and that they see you comfortable in your skin. So it's really just your skin. And you got to learn to love it. But the most important thing is to remember, you wouldn't trade places with somebody that dislikes you. But would you trade places with somebody you dislike? And if so, let's talk about it. And let us know.
Yeah.
We are on Facebook and Instagram. Some Say I'm Gifted. We're also on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. At Some Say I'm Gifted. I'm not filtered on there. Morgan can't control what I put out. She's not my governor there. Anyways, you can find me on Facebook at Tesserae McKittrick. And you can email us on at somesayimgifted@gmail.com. And all the platforms you can find us out. Ladies, where can they find us?
Facebook, Instagram.
But they can listen to us on
Spotify, Apple, Google, all the streaming platforms.
all the sounds.
Everywhere you stream podcasts.
And
know
please
what?
interact with it.
You think
We
about
love
us
it.
real hard, we'll come to your mind.
I don't.
Maybe
Listen,
we'll cut that.
I think we should leave it. It's true. All right, love you all. Have a great day.
Love you.
Love you.